Good morning, people. Hello and welcome to another vlog episode of the India Darshan travel series. So today I'm venturing out of Bangalore. I am already on the highway. I've been riding for an hour, so taking a quick pit stop. We have about 30 odd kilometers to go. The plan for today is I'm doing hill hopping. So I found a couple of hills in the north of Bangalore, and the first one where I'm going is Mandaragiri Hills. I found at least three so far, but they are all spread out, so I don't know how many I can go to. And the plan is not to go to every single one of them, anyways. So we're gonna go with the flow, as many as we can see comfortably. That's the idea. So let's keep going. I'll also take a quick break someplace up ahead where I can find a nice brunch, because if there is trekking or hiking involved, I want to be fueled up before that. So let's get started. Let's enjoy the ride. So we finally made it to the first hill of the day. That's Mandaragiri up there. It's a pilgrim site, and we'll go to the darshan over there. Down there, that's also something interesting. I saw it on the way, but then skipped it to get to this. And then there are these kind of steps that you have to climb, 400 or so, I think. We started at 925 steps when I got here, so by the time we get back, let's see how many steps that is. And along the way there isn't much, just a few shops, like small shops for refreshments. I don't see anything up top, and that's pretty much about it. But love the views. There are also other hills that we can see from here, and there on the stone it says Mandaragiri. So let's get all the way up to the top and enjoy the city views from there. So made it to the summit. So this is a Jain pilgrim site. There are the folks sitting in front as well. Lots of pilgrims, and I think that is supposed to replicate a banyan tree or something like that. So all the disciples are here. This is a really cool arrangement. And then you have the view of the valley from here, couple of other hills, and I think that parking, there's a side street where you can bring your car all the way up. So all the stairs that I climbed, you can skip that to some extent. And then there is this sort of a path, maybe you can get some shortcut over there. But anyways, it's not that bad. Like, we started at 925 steps, now is 1544 steps. So on the way down I'll also count the number of steps to tally, just to be sure. But all in all, it's a very peaceful place. Not a whole lot of people up here. There's a shoe stand up at the front, 5 rupees for that, and 10 rupees entrance for this place. So let's enjoy the views while we are here. So it's 12 noon, back to the base. I've done 2500 steps so far, started at 925. On the way down I counted 700 steps, so let me know if that's correct or not, but it doesn't hurt as much, at least on the way down, and even on the way up if you take ample breaks, the step size is not too tall, so it's a pretty easy trek in that sense that if you're physically fit, just take a few breaks and you will be there. And I think this is the route that goes all the way behind into that parking that I was showing you, but you can also park up front and trek this way, which is what I did. Anyways, time to get out of here. I think all the snacks and everything here would be a bit pricey. We'll go back to the main highway, and there is also this Nandi Hills out here, which is the second hill of interest to me. Since it's just 12 noon, might as well try that. And then the third hill, probably I'll be there around the time of sunset, which will be perfect. So let's get going. I'm not really sure if every hill needs a trek to the top, but see, there are these bikers coming from here, so this is the at least saving some of your effort, but I didn't really care much. But yeah, so as I was saying, I'm not sure if every hill requires all the trek, but there would be these kind of similar shortcuts for the other hills to get you to closer to the summit. So we'll see depending on how we're feeling, but for now let's get going to the second hill of the day. From here also you get a bird's eye view of the Mandaragiri that I just visited, and this was the temple that I was seeing from up there. So let's go check out inside. I don't think I can vlog inside, but at least get an idea. Looks very peaceful. I think this is another Jain pilgrim site, so let's go do the darshan there. This place inside is really beautiful. It's a Guru Mandir. Inside, of course, you can't have photography and videography, and they have a certificate of unique world record. So this is one of the unique Jain temple structures, and they got a unique world record for it. It's a 81 feet high building spanning 2400 square feet. So that's why they got the record. It's pretty interesting, and it's shaped like peacock feathers. That's why the unique structure. This is so cool. We are passing through some village, very nice roads and hills all around. Should be there in about 5 odd minutes or so. This is so peaceful. There are a lot of eucalyptus trees down there in the valley and a really nice view. I don't think these hills are very high, but still they are good enough. And there is nobody, nothing, no noise, just birds and wind. Looks like we're finally here. Those were 40 hairpin bends, but what an epic ride. Let's get going, find ourselves a parking. So paid 50 rupees, 30 for a two-wheeler parking and 20 for an adult to enter. And then you climb the stairs. I think here there is a very little in terms of trekking. You directly get to the hilltop viewpoint. But yeah, it's right at the parking. You get the ticket. I didn't know that, so I went up and then came back down. Looks like there is a trek here after all. There's a sunrise viewpoint, so of course it's not time for sunrise. It's almost 3:15 p.m. but still going there to see the views of the valley from there and listen to the sound of the birds. Made it to the viewpoint. That's a really nice view from up here. There's also a viewing deck up there, but there are monkeys sitting right in there. There's one over there. There are families crossing over here, so just be careful. There are a lot of monkeys here. Other than that, there's a restaurant here and a temple at the top. I also saw a police outpost and a post office out here at the hill. That was interesting. You could send your friends a postcard from here. But yeah, I'm just gonna take in the views from here before I decide what to do next. These views are really amazing. So this was the temple that I visited. It's right here. It's a very peaceful temple. It was built by the Chola kings in the 11th century, and in 14th century was improved by the Vijayanagara kings. So this is a very old temple. Small premises but very well kept. So I was chatting with the guy where you keep the shoes, and he says behind that hotel on the other side there is a Nandi statue that you should check out before you leave. We're gonna go there and you have to go up and check that out that way. So let's go explore that while we are here, because I think that Nandi is why this hill is called Nandi Hills. So let's go. Let's not miss that. Maybe this is it, Nellikai Basavana temple. So down these stairs this way, horse step way, Pala river origin, and then the Nandi statue. Let's do a little bit more trekking. When you look up Nandi Hills as a spot to visit from Bangalore as a day trip, you're gonna get a mixed bag of responses. Like there are locals that tell you now to just skip Nandi Hills and go to the other hills, one that I've been to previously. There's also Kailasagiri and so on and so forth. Because apparently Nandi Hills gets too crowded and it's not worth it. But I'm here at 4 p.m. on a weekend and seems reasonably good to me. I mean, I'm having fun out here, and I wouldn't say skip it altogether. Like you could infuse it with few other things if you have the time, like I'm doing. Maybe don't keep it as a priority if you want to, but this hill has a few things clustered together, like this temple and the viewpoints, etc. So maybe you can spend half a day out here as well. So if it's the only thing that you want to do, that's also a possibility. This side of the hills is pretty interesting. There's a huge Nandi statue, then there is this naturally formed caves used by sages for meditation. So I'll see if the doors are still open. We'll go inside and check it out. Not sure of the lighting conditions but inside would be very nice and cool because it's a naturally formed cave shelter. This is such a cool place and it's supposed to be for meditation, but people have decided to deface that too. It's sad, but anyways, done. I think those are all the stuff here. एक second. I think that's everything to check out here on the way back. There was something related to Tipu Sultan, so probably we'll stop over there. But now it's time to start heading back. And there was one more point mentioned. Source of river Palar is down there, but it's all dried up. Suka pada hai niche? It's all dry, probably a pit, but yeah, no point going all the way down for nothing. So we'll start going this way. Probably we'll end up at the starting point from here as well. Back to the starting point, there was this water pond in the middle, came back to this, so I went along that way, did the entire loop, came out this way. There's something down there as well, looks like a mini Tipu Sultan's palace or something. Saw that on a board sign. Let's go down and check if it's open for public viewing. It's Tipu Sultan's lodge in Nandi Durga, and it's a protected monument over there. So I'm a little bit confused. That behind me is Tipu Sultan's summer residence, and the Tipu Sultan summer palace is in Bangalore. My understanding is that he lived in the palace, but the name suggests that he lived here, and this is quite small actually, just 2 stories and that's it. What you're seeing is pretty much it. So where exactly did he stay, and amongst the 2 places, what's the role of each of them? If anybody knows, please comment down below and let me know. But other than that, I'm pretty much done here. Now I need to descend the 40 hairpin bend so that I'm back in the signal coverage area, because out here the cell coverage is very spotty, so I can't really check whether the next hill where I was going would be worth going now that it is 4:30, or should I just go back home, or what should be the next plan. For now I'm just going to enjoy this and then start heading back to the parking, start descending for the moment. I just learned that if you don't want to do the trek, there's also this government bus service out here that you pay for cash. It's like a ferry service, so can bring you up. There's this kind of road for the bus that takes you to the same point where I was, minus the trekking. I overheard someone that said it's about 3 kilometers or so for a trek, so the bus gives you a shortcut in case if you're short on time or you don't want to trek. That's another possibility, but I heard the guy telling the people that it's only cash, so, and there's no cell network here, so you can't even pay online. Anyways, we are going down back to the parking. Time to descend and figure out what next. So it's 5 p.m. and I just descended all the 40 hairpin bends, and I'm now at almost the base. And I was looking at the 3rd hill that I had on my list for the day, Kailasagiri. That closes at 5 p.m. because that's a cave temple, and it's 5 p.m. here already, and it's 40 kilometers away from here, so absolutely no point going there. So I guess from here I'll start returning back to my accommodation, and we'll wrap up the vlog of the hill hopping here. Tomorrow is gonna be my last day out here in Bangalore, so let's see what we end up doing tomorrow. But for now, gonna wrap up this vlog. I'll see you again in another episode of the India Darshan travel series. This is the Rustic Wanderer signing off.